From the window, I can actually see hairs like this.
Oh God.
So
Cut the brakes of the cycle so that I would meet with an accident and die.
my God.
Yeah. She
When you are sleeping and somebody is watching you from the window, from the outside of your house, I think it just gives me yeah, Kaveri.
So leave me in the top floor and just run away from there so that I would freak out, have an anxiety attack, panic attack, and maybe not come back.
Just imagine now, Kaveri, in your window, somebody
Hey,
standing
shut
and
up!
sleeping.
Oh my God. Now, but actually, anything could have happened that day, honestly speaking. Like, it was an empty road. Anyone could have just kidnapped me, literally. No one would even find out because. Hi, guys. Welcome to Virtually Unfiltered. I'm Kaveri.
Hello, I'm Prajwal.
And today is going to be a spooky episode. So please tell us if we spook you or not. At least my cat is spooking me constantly today. Hey, hide. I'm trying to look like I have a floating face. But yeah, he wants to spoil that. But yeah, I think we'll start with the your because he Prajwal has amazing scary stories, which he makes it
So
sound
I
legit. I
like
want to know
just
his
to
story.
start with and actually give a heads up. I want to ask this with start with this question. Would you rather want Atma to be in your house or an unknown person in your house? Which actually would be more scary? I think I'm by actually saying this, I'm just realizing am I challenging Atma by answering the other one? But okay, in a way, what would actually be more scary? Okay, Atma is not
Didn't
the
have to
right word,
ask
I think.
today. I'm living alone today.
So welcome to the club. I stay alone all the time, so little scariness should also be there. So just to clarify, okay, I don't want to answer the question in a way. Atma should be like, oh really, you're not scared of me. Oh, let challenge accepted. It should not go to that mode
Yeah.
where Atma says that.
I
But
think
when you say, yeah,
no, I understand from what perspective you're coming. It's just at least an Atma, it's like it is supposed to be scary, but a human will be a lot scarier because you'll end up being alive and you don't know what will really happen if a
and
human exists.
also all the movies what I've shown, if it is showing it correctly, by reading Hanuman Chalisa, Atma can run away, not humans. If there is
Oh,
a
you
thief in your house, Hanuman Chalisa will not scare anybody away.
Today I saw a reel where the Atma literally one guy started saying Hanuman Chalisa and then the other person was reading from the Bible and Quran and all of that.
And it
And that
started
Atma
wiping
was
up. Yeah,
responding. It
yeah.
was continuing the mantras. I'm like, oh.
No, it was vibing to the mantra. Come on, in the beats. But okay, okay. Our whole point of the question was basically it's spooky. When we say spooky, it's not the devil stories. I'm
Yes.
not
Real
encountered
life
it
stories.
personally, and I'm not hoping to encounter it personally. But it's mostly about maybe the experiences that you have had with the thief, maybe, or a person whom you don't know is in your close space. Something
Correct.
like that. Again, it goes to a creepy space. No, not like that. A thief. Let me be very clear about a thief being in your place. Personal being in your personal space like sounds little creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with one story where I think this is something which has scared me a lot in a way where I was like, okay, this was during I think I had just started working is what my idea is, or I was in the last year. Correctly, I think I was in the last year of engineering, sometime before. So basically, it was around 2 to 3 in the night. So basically, I'm a night owl. I like to watch. I don't know. There is a kick when you try and watch something after 12 o'clock. You start a
Yeah, yeah.
movie at 12. It's like oh, whole night is there. You do a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
things. So
Very
I
exciting.
was. So it was around 2 to 3 ish, and we had a veranda. So we had like two bedrooms, one hall, and a veranda. And I was sitting in the corner of the veranda, turning the screen towards my side. So basically, it was pitch dark, and when you sit in the corner and when you turn the screen to yourself, like I don't think so anybody can figure out I am actually sitting in that corner. And like my mom likes to sleep when people are around, so I was sitting there, and my mom was sleeping on the cot next to that, like where I was actually sitting and watching the film, and she was sleeping there.
Which
And
film were you
Gulbaga,
watching?
sorry, I don't remember. Like, yeah.
Okay.
The actually the whole night has spoiled the movie what I was actually watching also. So it and Gulbarga being it's being hot, we have actually had all the windows open and everything. And I was sitting in the corner. And once in between the movie, I just actually have a glance like I just looked to the right side of me. From the window, I can actually see hairs like this.
Oh God.
So, and when I saw it, I was actually, for the first glance, I could not really figure out what exactly it is. And like I explained at the beginning, I was sitting in the corner of it so that nobody could actually see me where I was sitting. So basically, there was a guy with his head put to the window, watching my mom and the home, not realizing I'm on the corner of other side. And he was just casually standing there and watching and watching. And since like I couldn't see, it was in the dark, I couldn't see his face. His hair has come inside the window, and due to the fan, the hair was actually waving. Because
Inside your house, the
yeah,
hair was
and actually he was standing so close to the grill so that you can see that hair has come in, and then it is actually waving. I actually gave a glance and I did not give much of an importance. Then I saw again. Then realized there was somebody standing, and me being the bravest person, I wanted to shout. And that was like I am known for my loud voice and my microphone voice. That day was the one day my voice did not come out. I was like, I did not. I was not able to shout. And I don't think so. It was a huge time. So I saw him at like now. Within 30 seconds, I wanted to shout. And there was an attempt of,
oh,
yeah, yeah. My reflexes took 30 minutes, 30 seconds actually to say, oh,
there's
there
some
is somebody, you have to shout. And from 30 seconds to 45th or 50th second, I could not shout. There was a 20-second attempt made to shouting. I was like, "Ah." And actually, I realized when you're in a panic mode, it's not actually easy to
not
actually
possible.
shout.
Yeah, yeah.
Then somehow I don't know from where the sound came. I hopefully from my mouth only. I actually said and all something. Then the guy had the guts just to walk away. He did not run. So it was 3 o'clock. I
Yeah.
think he had the confidence that nobody will actually open the door. And his confidence was right. I was not going out actually looking for who was there. And then when I shouted, my mom woke up, and then my brother also came. He was sleeping in the other room, and then we came. He just walked off, and I can hear also his footsteps like he walked off.
I think you
Then I
also
don't.
said that he had closed the door from outside,
No,
isn't
that
it?
was a different scenario.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I think thieves love me in a way. Like I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
am very, they are fond of me. But yeah, so I think that scenario is one something which actually kind of smoked me a lot because somebody had the guts. Like just imagine you are sleeping and somebody is watching you from the window from the outside of your house. I think it just gives me yeah, Kaveri. Just to be if you open the window curtain behind you, there is somebody standing. I hope there
So
is a
open
window
the
behind
curtain for the
you.
next. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is
No,
right
but yeah,
here.
this was one of the stories where I remember the early where I actually saw someone standing, and I think this was the first thief encounter for me, and it was very scary. I'm not sure that I have this problem of trying to tell everything in a funny way, where
They were
the
not as funny
impact
as
of
you.
the yeah
Yeah.
the impact is, but this was something which was really scary when it happened. Then I was worried for my mother also because I was supposed to come to Bangalore for work, and she used to stay alone and all. There was a lot of worries around it, but luckily nothing. That guy did not come back, and nothing happened after that. There was one more incident like what you mentioned where one night I think there was somebody who's in the next door's window, and actually the person inside the house is shouting, "Who are you? What are you doing?" But the thief was
Oh.
so smart. All the neighboring house he has
Correct,
actually
correct.
put the locks outside.
Correct. This is the
So it
one I
was like
remember.
he was actually putting his hand and trying to open the door or something. And the person inside the house is continuously shouting, "What are you doing?" And also it was not the
I
very
just had
dark
a
night or
heart
something.
attack because there was a little network delay and you just paused in that scary thing. I thought something was behind me right now. Freaked out. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Continue.
So yeah, that's what I think. That guy had a guts where it was not very like the dark night or something. It was very eightish. He had locked all the neighboring houses for some time, only where till where his voices could reach. And I think it happened also back then where mobile was not very common. And he was trying to do
Correct.
something. It did not work out. He ran away, and we called people to open the doors and all. And that was that incident where he has actually locked all the neighboring houses, and he was trying to enter one of the houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Your story.
My stories are not this eventful and all. Luckily, my mom like prevented the actual horror to take place, honestly. So mine are pretty like it's just the intentions of people. So I'll go back, maybe it'll be more clear. So this is when I was in school. One of the stories, I mean, pretty much both were during like sixth or seventh grade, when I was in sixth or seventh grade. I lived in a different house. So, okay, one of the cases was, I think this will go into like a mystery story, not really a horror or scary one. But so we had multiple people in the apartment. We used to play together and all of that. So there was these three girls. One girl was in my class. She had an older sister, and there was another girl. Okay, these three were good friends. Pretty much the sister and the other girl. I'll not take any names, but they were really close friends. And the sister, younger one, is my class, right? So she used to roam around with them as well. So I didn't know, but that girl I was telling, not the sisters, but the other girl, actually, let's maybe I'll name them something, ABC or something like that. Yeah, so A is that girl, and B and C are the sisters, for example. A,
Okay.
she
You could have named somebody whom you don't like currently also, rather than ABC,
no, the
but
only
okay.
actual names are coming. So, okay, yeah. So
Yes.
she hated me, it seems. I had no clue till after. So I had, this was in sixth or seventh, right? So I bought a cycle. My dad had bought it for me. New cycle. I'd never rode a cycle of my own till then and all. I was super excited. So I had parked my cycle right in front of my car. And I could see my cycle and all of that from our balcony. That's how the area was. And my mom has seen that these three girls were near my cycle. She's like, something's wrong. And I don't remember the complete sequence of events because it was so long back. But then I think my mom started questioning like what happened because she never liked that girl A. Okay. So she questioned, and later on, I think the sisters ended up telling my mom that she was basically trying to, cut the brakes of the cycle so that I would meet with an accident and die.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She literally
This is a
said,
sixth standard. Please tell me she's a
oh, she
terrorist now.
was, I think, ninth or 10th grade at that point.
Okay. No, then it's not a kid who actually did it.
I mean, she is, right? She's not even 18 at that point.
No, but I think it's not a naive thing. I think she did it intentionally. It's not something you could actually
Yeah,
tell,
yeah.
like, oh, it was a kid's thing and all.
No, no, it
Okay.
was an intention. And in fact, after my mom came to know about this, she was always extra careful. But there's no like proper proof to say that this was the plan, right? Like, you can't even prove
No, but
anything.
why though?
So, okay, this is such a dumb thing. I had no clue till my mom told me. But one major reason was because, so we were 24 people. We used to play in the apartment all together. Okay. So we used to play hide and seek and hide and catch and all of those things all across the apartment. So we had five buildings, eight floor buildings with each apartment having like eight houses per floor. So in that apartment, we used to play hide and catch and all of that. And it seems all of the people knew me and they used to call my name more than her name. So
Oh
they
my
used to be like,
God. What this is a story of some movie which I've seen, but adults playing it and they wanted to kill each other. Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's
But
why
for
I
a
said
kid to
this.
do this, oh my God.
Yeah, this is sixth grade. I mean, it's, I don't think I could even, because my mom also, when she said, I didn't believe, I was like, who will do all that? Like at that point, I didn't even think. In fact, I think my second story also continues with the
Yeah, there's
same
a follow up.
person.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, I don't remember which came first among the two, but one day, this was again during summer holidays. I remember the day. I don't know. I vividly remember it. And so these three girls itself, they came to our house, like knocked our door and ran away. Okay. So my mom was like, "What is this?" While my mom went out, luckily she has been my savior in all this. So she went out, and the girl who is in my class, she got caught by my mom. And that girl, like she was trying to run. It didn't really look like she's trying to run, or I don't remember the scenario. So she came to my mom because she had to, like she would get caught if not. So my mom was like, "What is it?" So that girl was like, "If we just want to play, can you send Kaveri?" And my mom was like, why? Like, that too, they're trying to run away. So she's like extra skeptical. She's like, no, no, just to chill. And she's like, where are you people going? What are you planning to do? All of those things. So she just said, no, no, just like that in the apartment and all of that. My mom, I don't know. I was pissed off that my mom didn't let me, honestly. But
Yeah.
glad she didn't. So she didn't let me. She's like, don't go. And she told her also, no, I'm not sending her. And yeah, that was over. So yeah, correct. Both the scenarios my mom came to know from the sisters later on. This was not during that time. So the same girl I was talking about previously who hated me, she wanted to actually, so again, in that five buildings that we have in the apartment, one building was just constructed at that point. Like
Okay.
not fully constructed, also partially. So their plan was to actually take me to that building, which is like almost constructed but not completely, and take me to the top floor, which is eighth floor. And there were no lights in that apartment at that point. So leave me in the top floor and just run away from there so that I would, like, freak out, have an anxiety attack, panic attack, and maybe not come back.
Just imagine, like, why was there no action taken on these people? These people will
No,
turn into
no.
terrorists, I feel like.
My mom actually did speak, like, I think she complained to her mother, but because she can't do anything beyond that at that point, right? So she did speak, and mother is not something, it was not a useful conversation to have with her mother.
No, obviously, like
Yeah.
if you tell some mother claim your child is a murderer, I don't think so. Anybody would take it
Yeah.
acceptably.
No,
But
but
yeah,
I'm
but
glad in the
just
end. Like, I
yeah.
think in the end, the best part was she never spoke to me after that. Like, after my mom came to know all this. And I used to talk to random people. We used to go for walks and stuff. And one day she was walking by, and I was in seventh or just like about to enter eighth grade, that time. And I was leaving that apartment that year. So at that point, she was walking by, and I just went up to her. I was like, why did you plan to do all this? And she couldn't even look at me in the eye. She literally couldn't. And she's just like, well, what? Like, she's trying to deflect the scenario. I was like, I know what your plans were. Like, I know from the other two girls that this was your plan. And she just doesn't know what to respond. She was freaking out. And
I was like, I am like in this scenario. You look at being so famous at the age when sixth standard or something. People wanted to kill you. Like half the people do not exist in other people's life. Look at you being so famous at that age where people were obsessed to an extent they wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
kill you.
I know, I know. Yeah, but luckily, thanks to my mom, nothing happened.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
sometimes the child's play could actually lead to something big. Like when you look at it,
yeah,
when you hear it in a bigger thing, it's like, okay, they are kids, nothing would happen. But you
correct.
never know what would happen actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I have one or two more stories where, okay, one is something which happened. I was not directly involved in the whole thing, as in I did not see people or something. So this was during December Christmas. I still remember. So
Oh,
when me and my sister were there, and like normally my sister had come back from Bangalore. I don't really remember when exactly it happened, but I think my sister was not there. There, I think she was already married. I think so.
okay.
So
Hmm.
basically, my mom, there was some function in one of the area houses, and all the ladies would have gone there. And my mom also went there. And normally we have the maid coming in around 11 o'clock or something. So my mom was like, okay, she'll come and go. No, not like or close the door and stuff like that. Never we have slept like this. Me and my sister have
Oh,
completely lost senses. Like we are like completely gone. The door was open, and like I think the maid while going back, she just closed it semi half or something. It was open, and
okay.
we are out. And we both kind of wake up around 2 like this happened around 11ish where like she comes and goes and all. We slept around 11:30. We woke up at 12:30 basically, like no 2
In the
2:30
morning.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
2:30
Okay.
in the afternoon when we wake up, we hear people crying, entire area in our compound, and then police vans, police being there. Then we are like, what the fuck, what happened? Then we went and out and we heard. We had like we were staying in a like two floor houses. We were at the ground floor. There was one floor at the top, and there was one more floor at the top of it. And there were on the last floor there were two houses, one in the front and one in the back. So there was a what they call
Thief.
robbery happened on the backside house where they came. So basically, what has happened is they had around a half an hour window actually to do this whole thing. They came in, they went to the house directly. During when they were actually trying to open the door and all, the front house has a kid. That kid went back to actually see. And that kid, they have actually sent back the kid saying, no, no, nothing, nothing, go and all. That kid went and came back. Lucky, very lucky. Anything
Really?
could have happened to the kid, to be very honest. They
Oh,
opened the lock, they went in directly to the almari where the locks, the gold were kept, and the gold were at the home. That was something which is not a information what anybody would know. They went in directly to the almari, took the gold and left. That too within half an hour. The lady of the house actually did not go to the function. She went somewhere else. I think she went to give food to her husband. That was a half an hour window where she went and came back and she saw the house was open, the gold was gone. And that they went like I think we were sleeping, our door was open. They went in right in front of us because the stairs were right in front of our house. They went, they finished the thing and came back, and that was I think we did not witness or see anything, but it was actually a big robbery because I think they lost a lot of money and police, a lot of things were involved, and police obviously doubted the maid. They're like, okay, only she could know. And we were like, no, no, this is the God sent maid. Nothing would have happened and all. But later on, it kind of felt maybe she would have done it because suddenly she started a
Oh.
hotel. She left the home. She started hotel and lot of things. But yeah, this was something which happened when I was, I don't know the exact time, but yeah, this has happened during our sleep, which was kind of scary. Because our door was open and they could have actually he would have not gotten anything if he has come to our house. We don't keep anything in the house,
At
but
home,
this
yeah.
was a planned robbery. This was a proper robbery thing where I think they suspected two or three people coming and it was like a big robbery.
So all your stories are mostly related to or surrounding robberies at this point, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my stories are mostly little self-obsessed is what I feel like right now.
No, no, yours is not a scary. Yours is a murder mystery. So they are like killing. Mine is like a heist, money heist kind of
Money
a.
heist, yeah.
Uh, so one
So,
last story which I before I close
I-
off. So
okay,
yeah,
okay. Yes,
sorry,
yes,
this
tell.
is a very scary story which I did not. Luckily, I did not go through, but this was one of my friend's story where he said what happened. So my friend used to stay outside that Gulbarga in the outskirts. So there was one area like this
Oh,
very
this
outskirts,
one.
like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I
So
have
he
actually
had
heard these stories one round. That's why I'm able to understand which
yeah,
they are.
trying to connect which one,
Yeah, which one? Yes, yes.
So he was staying in the outskirts, and that house where like there were only three houses or four houses in that locality, and it was still developing. It was long before. So what has happened, and this is a story which I have heard. So there were like 20 or 15 people who came into the area. The first thing they did is they cut the phone wire. It was back then there was no mobile or anything. They cut the phone wire and they kind of stood in your all windows. Like if you have three windows, there were three people
Why
standing
are all
one
the
in the window.
stories related to Windows? I don't
So
understand.
that's the first input, right? They actually try and come via that. Then is the door. So they were standing there and they kind of told in a very simple way, you let us in, we will take whatever we want to go, or else if we come in, something will happen. So it was like four houses. Everybody attacked all the four houses. And what he says is next house showed resistance. They entered and they actually harmed people also. His father was brave enough. I don't know how. He said, okay, I'll open the door. Do nothing to my family. Take whatever you want to. And this is what I've heard. So they came in, they took whatever they want to, they went out, they actually robbed all the houses. There were like 15 people. They went out, there was a tree near their house. They actually went there, sat, ate the food. Like it was like half an hour post the robbery. Then they changed themselves and they left. Because back then there was no phone communication, they have cut the phone wires. And when you have the robber sitting house, who will have the guts to get out of their houses? So they went there, they changed, they did everything, and they left. And I think this one, among all the stories, this is the most scary one. Just imagining myself in that house. Just imagine now, Kaveri, in your window, somebody
Hey,
standing
shut
and
up!
saying,
Oh my God. Now,
yeah.
second floor I live in. If someone is there, that has to be a ghost only. I'll die with a heart attack if it is a ghost.
But yeah, these are the few stories. One
I
funny
also
one.
have
I
one
think we are
more.
old.
I have
Yeah, I
one
also
more.
have one more. But the
Yeah,
funny one. This is basically
yeah.
actually this is very scary comparatively, but it happened in a most funniest way for us. So I come from Kundapura, so my family is from Kundapura. So there was one part like I have my one aunt's house, one place, and the other aunt's house is like it's in a walkable distance or something. So two of my aunts, my mom's sister and my mom's brother's wife, were coming actually down the street. It was around 8:30 ish. It was pretty dark. So like nobody could see nobody in a kind of a thing. So the guy,
Oh,
the
this is
thief,
okay.
yeah, the thief basically came and actually his bad luck. It was his unlucky day. He actually tried to steal the Mangal Sutra of my aunt. So if you have tried with my mother's sister, she is as brave as my mother. She would have given it and she would have like tried to escape. He actually tried it with my aunt. She's such a brave lady. So he tried to steal it. What my aunt did, she took his hand, twisted his hand, and then she actually gave one on his back. Then she's actually shouting, if you have guts, come. The guy just ran away
Ran
from
away.
the scene. Yeah, it's a running joke in my family where they say the guy changed the profession after that day. So he was so scared. My aunt literally said, my other aunt is standing like this. Oh, you'll come back. Oh, you'll come back. This, like, my aunt is like, okay, come. I'll actually take care of you, kind of a situation. This is very scary in a way where something could happen. But my aunt was so brave enough, she actually changed the whole narrative of the
Whole
story.
to a funny story instead of a horror
Yeah.
story. Yeah, so my story is me putting myself in that situation. Okay, this
Okay.
is when I was probably so I have done all this kanda, whatever it's called. when I was really small. I think this is maybe first, lesser than when I was in first or second standard. Maybe could be UKG, LKG also. As of what oh yeah, this is sometime in UKG or some nursery time. Okay, so this is very
Kudos
young.
to your memory.
No, I don't know. Recently, I remembered. I don't know how. Probably because my parents have been talking about this story for a very long time now. But my mom used to take me to this nursery for like play home, pretty much. So I had made a friend there, it seems. I don't remember this detail, but so that friend, I was close to her and all of that. So she stays like maybe 200 feet from our house. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for such a small kid, it's still a lot. And I stay in that apartment only where my initial stories happened. So this is the beginning stages. And at that point, at around 8 or something, no, 7 or something, I used to go out to play with people in that apartment. My mom used to let me out until 8 or 8:30 was the deadline, if I remember. So she could see from the balcony whenever I'm playing. So she used to not bother much.
Yeah.
But what I did, I left the apartment to go to her house at
That
seven.
was not within your compound?
No, that was
And
outside. So yeah, I was like, oh, I have to meet her. So I went. I went out of the gate. I don't know how the securities let me. They shouldn't have let me. The whole point of a security
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. Blame others for your mistakes. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I went to her place. So this is like we go straight and then there is like a junction and it's beyond the junction her house comes. And
Okay.
I don't know how I know her house also. I have gone walking in the night and it's pretty like at that point this is like initial stages and it's like earlier than 2005 and it was a secluded place at that point. I went to her house. I stayed there for 1 hour and then I think I ended up leaving late. So my mom has tried to search for me, my dad has tried to search for me. I'm not there in the entire apartment. They are searching and they are freaking out. Pretty
Yeah,
much
they are at this point of time. I think they're expecting a ransom call also, I think.
yes, yes, pretty much they are. And in fact, at that point, people knew me, okay, like small kid, and they used to take me to the park. So entire apartment almost is looking for me. And I'm not there in the apartment. I'm not found at all. And then nicely at around 8, I think 8:30, it became late, right? So 8:30, I'm nicely jumping around and coming with that girl's mother. And then I come to the gate. So that mother, luckily, she has come to drop me home
Okay.
at that point. So then my parents saw me and they're like, I've never, I think, like, I think that day my dad, he doesn't hit me and all much, okay? I think he
No, but
kicked me
that day
that day.
I am
He
wishing
kicked
that he
me.
had given.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the only time he has actually put his hands on me, but he, I think, kicked me if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I've never seen them freaked out that much in my life.
No, I think the stories, what the contrast in two stories is mine. Actually, someone else is creating the problem. In yours, you are the one who is the problem
I am
actually.
the problem.
Somebody
I'm
is
the
obsessed with
demon
you.
on the
Somebody
shoulder.
want to murder you. And you want to abscond yourself and all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
But actually, anything could have happened that day, honestly speaking. Like, it was an empty road. Anyone could have just kidnapped me, literally. No one would even find out because at that point, I didn't have phones or anyone, none of them hardly used phones at that point of time. But yeah.
But I think audience people, by this what you listen, like she was lucky. And when you talk
Yes.
about luck, we have one more episode, luck versus hard work.
Oh,
Please actually
yeah.
watch that episode. Please
Yes.
watch the episode if you have not
I think
watched
we
it.
also have the reference to your screaming in the Final Destination game Chillcast episode.
So we have all the things what we are talking.
Lined
There are
up.
episodes looking
Yeah.
back to it. But yeah, so I think this is the round one of spooky stories. But I think we do have still more spooky in terms of.
I
I think
don't. I listen to you. Yeah.
I have only told the stories where thieves are involved. Like this absconding, like this gone. I have so many stories. I think I have gotten kicked many times in my life. So we will do one more episode of that, and then yeah, we'll
Oh,
have a lot of
I'm
follow up on
excited.
those things.
I think I'll be
Yes,
as
yes.
clueless as the audience in the next episode, luckily, because I don't know any of those stories.
Yeah, I haven't told. I have a lot of gems. I'll release one by one all the gems.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the episode, guys. And
This is a long
if you
one,
like the
but
episode,
yeah.
if you like it, if you have something to share, if you also
Yes.
want to be one who actually have
Shares
those
your
kind of stories and
stories.
want to share, please tell us. in the comments, or else if you are too shy to comment, please write to us with the email will
Email
come on
ID.
the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, we are that TV host now. Email on the screen. Yeah, yeah. Until next
Yes.
time.
Bye
Are
bye.
you want to say something?
No, nothing. I mean, it's just be spooked and be spooky. Bye.